Hey everybody, this is Mr. Storm, and this video is going to go through my website and my disclosure so that we can all be on the same page, answer any questions that you might have while you're reading through my disclosure, just kind of show you how my class is going to work in general. So the first thing I'd like to show you is how to get to my website. It's kind of important to know because for parents out there who want to just quickly see what's due for their student and when, this is the best way for you to find out. So if you go to the UtahMilitaryAcademy.org website and you go to Leadership and Staff and go down to Staff, that link will bring you to a page with all of the staff bios and pictures and whatnot. And just scroll down until you find me. There I am right there. That's what I look like. And right here, there's a link to my website. So if you click the website link, that'll take you to my website here, Utah Military Academy. Now, this stuff up here you're not going to see because we're just seeing that because I'm the owner of this website and I can make additions and changes to it. You won't see that. But you will see this. So this is my website. A little bit about myself. This is my second, 2.5 through, it is my third year teaching here at the school. I teach computer science, business web design, things of that nature. I'm generally the IT guy here at the school. Before I was a teacher, I was in the Air Force for about 10 years. And all that's down here. You can go over that. I also wrote a book called Access Point, which you can buy on Amazon right here if you want. Shameless plug. Here are my certifications. I have a bunch of certifications in industry certifications for Adobe and web design and computer maintenance and whatnot. There's a little video students of mine made for me last year. So I like it. It's cool. Here are links to get to different websites. For one, here's a link to the UMA website. Here's a link to Aspire, which is how you are going to check your grades and check attendance. And then here's a link to Classcraft, which is how we are going to manage classroom content. And we'll talk about that in another video. But this is how you're going to turn in all of your assignments, is in Classcraft. All right, so let's talk about the schedule. So let's go to A1. Now, this video is supposed to be for all of my classes, so I'm going to talk specifically about A1 for this class, but it should apply to all of my other classes. All you have to do is select the tab for the period, for the class period of the class that you're in. And all of these tabs look essentially the same. First of all, right up here at the top, we have the USOE state standards. If you click on that link, it'll take you to the document that guides how I teach the class. These are the standards that I have to abide by in this classroom. I have to teach you these things so that by the end of the class, you should be able to know all of these things and be able to show proficiency in these things. And I give you a link to that document so you can see what you're going to be learning in this class. You can kind of get a preview of what you're going to be learning. I also have a calendar here, Computer Technology A-Day. This is my calendar that shows you what assignments are going to be due and when. So the first day we're going to be learning how to use Classcraft to turn in our classroom assignments. On the 19th, we'll be going over the disclosure and the rules. So essentially this stuff right here, we'll be going over it in real time. What's a computer? So we're going to learn that. Microsoft Windows, do a little quiz, internet, learning. So this is going to show you, and this is full all the way through to the end. Here, let me get good. There we go. All the way through to the end of the year. So all the way up to the final test on the 26th of May, you can see everything that we're going to be doing, when things are going to be due, what the assignment is supposed to be. You get a little description of the assignment so you can see when things are going to be turned in. For you parents out there that want to make sure you keep on top of this stuff, you can go down here to this little button that says plus Google Calendar and click add to your Google Calendar, and it will add this to your Google Calendar account. I already have it on my account because I created it, but you can do that and it'll add that to your Google Calendar account so that you can track it using your own Google account. So that's if that's what you want to do. Let's see. Okay, so next is the disclosure. This is my disclosure here. I'm going to go ahead and just open it full screen so that I can... this is pretty fine. This is all right. So this is my disclosure for computer technology. Now, again, this is going to be a video for all my classes, so some of these things might not be the same, and I'll explain that as we go through. All of my disclosures open with a description of the course, kind of letting you know what you're going to be learning, and then classroom management and learning materials. So there is no textbook for this course. We're going to be using lessons and lectures developed by me, with the only exception being my web design class. We use lectures and lessons developed by w3schools.com. They're a great resource, so I use them. But each lesson will be taught by me, excuse me, and all assignments will be completed and turned in using Classcraft. I will post grades to Aspire every Thursday by midnight. Every Thursday by midnight I will post grades. Materials. You are not required to bring materials to the class except for your UMA cadet guide and planner. That's how we track participation. I expect you to write down what we're doing in class every single day, and doing so gets you your participation points for the class. You're no longer allowed to plug a USB drive into any of my computers. If you bring a USB flash drive and I find you using it, you're going to lose your computer privileges for a little while. So don't bring USB flash drives. If you need to save work, which you do, and you will, you're going to save your work onto your own Google Drive account. Preferably the Google Drive account that you use that's tied to your school's email address. And we're going to talk about how to use Google Drive in class. So if you're not sure how to use it, that's fine. I will show you. So in all of my classes, I focus on software. My classes are software specific. Essentially, I focus on the piece of software that we're going to use to allow us to do something new, right? And I try as hard as I can to find software that is free so that parents don't have to pay for software. The exception of that being my computer technology class. I teach Microsoft Office applications like Microsoft Word and Excel and PowerPoint. Now, you will not need to purchase Microsoft Office at home, but it is helpful because I will be doing all my lessons on that software. I'll be doing my lessons specifically using that software. And so when I show you, for example, how to, I don't know, merge and sort in Microsoft Excel, I'm only going to show you in Excel. I'm not going to then show you how to merge and sort in Google Sheets or in OpenOffice's Sheets program. If you use one of those pieces of software at home because you don't want to pay for Microsoft Office, that's fine. They totally suffice for these assignments. But I'm not going to be able to help you, or you're not going to learn in class how to do those in those software, in that software specifically. For my desktop publishing class, we're mainly focusing on either Pixlr or GIMP, whatever you choose to use. And I'll show you kind of, I mainly use Pixlr myself, and I'll show you mainly Pixlr ways of doing things, but GIMP is there as well, and we provide that, and both of those are free. And in my web design classes, we'll be using mainly Edity, which is free. Instructional organization, the way that class usually works is you come in, we'll do attendance, have you sit down, you'll write down what we're doing in our planners, and then I will give you a lecture, and then there will be an assignment attached. That's generally what's going to happen. Some of my upper level classes, such as my advanced web design class and my desktop publishing 2 class, they are more, those classes are more independent and on your own work. So there won't be a lecture every day, but there will be work and assignments to do every day. I do not assign homework, but all assignments are due at 11:30 on their due date. So if I assign if we're working on an assignment in class that day, it's not actually technically late until 11:31 that night. I do that so that if you can't finish the assignment in class, you can work on it at home and turn it in, and it's still not late. We use ClassCraft, and I use it as a classroom management tool as well as a place for you to turn in your work. ClassCraft is essentially an application that allows you to create an avatar, and it kind of turns the class into a role-playing game. It's fun, it provides value. I like it a lot. It makes teaching a little bit more interesting for me, and I think it makes the class more interesting for the students. If, however, someone does not wish to participate in ClassCraft, then I can set up an alternate way for them to turn in their assignments if they wish. I don't give extra credit, but I do give extra learning opportunities, which will, again, not affect your grade, but if you choose to do them, you'll get more rewards in ClassCraft, such as XP or gold for your character. Absences and makeup policy. Any assignment that's not turned in by the due date will be recorded as an M in Aspire, which means missing, and it's the same as a 0. Anything that's turned in even a second late is going to be worth only a maximum of 75% of the original score. School extended or school excused absences extend the due date for missed assignments by 1 extra day. Now, notice that says school excused. That means if you were on a school trip or something of that nature, you were out for a performance or something like that. It was a school excused absence. A parent excused absence, such as I went to Hawaii for 2 weeks. Those absences don't count. You don't get an extra 2 weeks when you come back from Hawaii to make up on all the work you missed. Okay, take a laptop with you, knock out the assignments while you're on vacation. If you're sick, again, grab a laptop, get the assignment knocked out and turned in. You could feasibly do every assignment in my class at home. You don't have to even really be in class to do them if you have all the proper software. I do videos. I make videos for basically every lesson, kind of like this video, and I use that as a way to kind of give you a little bit of extra help if you're not there for that lesson. But if an assignment is due that day, even if you're not there, for anything other than a school excused absence, if you're not there, I want it still turned in by midnight that night. If you turn in late work, you must send me an email informing me that you've turned in that late work. The email has to have the name of the assignment you're turning in and the class period that you belong to. You can go ahead and attach that assignment to the email if you'd like. If that's the way you'd like to turn things in, I'm okay with that. But you have to send me an email. If you don't send me an email, I'm not going to know that you've turned in the late work, and you're not going to be able to get credit for the assignment. Okay. Late assignments will be updated in Aspire by the Thursday after the email was sent. So if you send it on a Monday, I will try to get it in by that Thursday. If you send it on a Wednesday, maybe it'll get recorded by Thursday at midnight. But it may take an extra week. So rules and consequences. First of all rules concerning conduct, dress and appearance, academic integrity, they apply in and out of my classroom. The Cadet Guide's a great place for you to go to find out. The biggest rule in my classroom is you have to respect other cadets' work. Do not disrupt another cadet's work. If you find that they've left their files on the hard drive and it's for an assignment that they're working on, don't open the file, don't modify the file, don't delete the file. The general rule of thumb is you should not be saving files to my desktops. To these computers in this lab, you should not be saving files to them. You should be saving files to your Google Drive. Now, you'll have to save them to your desktop temporarily so that you can transfer them to Google Drive. That's fine. Don't forget to delete your files because people will copy off of you, and people will steal your work. People will delete your work. Which leads me to plagiarism. Obviously, plagiarism is not accepted at Utah Military Academy. In my class, all instances of plagiarism are recorded as a Class 2 infraction, and they result in an office referral. You go to the office and you have to explain what happened. The assignment is automatically graded as a 0 without the possibility to make it up. Okay. My classroom is also not a place to socialize. You are not allowed to use online chat applications. You're not allowed to talk during assignments. We focus on learning in this classroom, not socializing. As a former member of the United States Air Force, I take military discipline and military customs and courtesies very seriously. I do not tolerate disrespect to the military culture. I do not tolerate disrespect to military customs and courtesies. For example, if you're not wearing the uniform correctly, I probably won't let you into class that day. I'll probably send you to go correct yourself before you're allowed in my class. That goes for haircuts, that goes for wearing a belt, wrong shoes, you name it. I will record it as an incident, and I'll probably make you go try to figure out how to fix the problem. When we're at the position of attention, I expect you to be at the position of attention and not moving. Okay. We don't do much with the military customs and courtesies in the classroom. It's the very first part of the class, so I expect you guys to do it well because it doesn't take that long. On the other hand, though, I do understand that cadets are not fully formed adults. They're not professional. They're still learning these lessons, and I get that. So my duty is to help to guide you to become a more professional cadet. And I can do that because I have military experience and I have very high standards for behavior. So I will do everything I can to help a cadet figure out how to do the right thing. And if they can't or if they're unwilling to, then I will refer them to administration. But I would rather deal with parents directly and try to find a solution without involving administration and suspensions and things of that nature. So if you have any issues or if you have any questions, please contact me at dstorm@utahmilitaryacademy.org. I will be happy to answer all your questions. I want to go ahead and end this video because we're about 20 minutes in and it's gotten pretty long. Really, any questions at all, please don't hesitate to call me, or not call me, but email me, and I will answer your questions as quickly as I possibly can. All right, thank you very much.